Guys, welcome to another podcast. So today we have a special guest, Abbhas Pradhan. Please introduce yourself.
Well, Nick, thanks for having me on your show. Started from nothing really, from scratch.
Yeah.
As a young boy with ambitions, trying to make it in life.
Yeah.
Had a corporate job first, thinking that the more I study, do masters, do PhD, that's what's going to make me money, work in the corporate ladder, only to realize that's not the way through. And found myself in property. Now I'm a full-time property investor. I have been for the past couple of years. Property developer. I own an estate agency. And we've just got bigger plans.
That's good. That's it, man. That's it. The reason I have this Abbhas is because his plan is very, and mindset is very, related to what I'm thinking. And the energy he brings on the table is crazy, bro. And I can see the growth that you're doing. I know you are not posting everything on social media, but the growth side is going crazy, bro.
I appreciate it, Nick. I appreciate it.
So, the question I really have for you is, bro, the investor you get, where are they from?
Well, when I started, it's who the people that know you, they like you and trust you are the ones that are going to give you the business in the first place, right? So I tried knocking on doors on the people that already know of me, know of my background, know of my reputation as a guy who had his corporate job. That's all it was. So I guess it started from there, and also the cold calls and the knocking on the doors on other letting and estate agents. Because remember, I started as a rent to rent. That's where I started from.
And this was back in
2019.
Same year, bro. Same year.
Yeah, we're working together now. Bigger things to do together.
Exactly.
So from the knocking on the doors, there was a letting estate agent in Selly Oak, actually in Birmingham, a white lady who gave me the first breakthrough in rent to rent. So from there, the client base expanded from the people from my community and from the community within Birmingham itself, because that's where I'm from. So the client base that I have today, it's either people from my community or people who are already within the database of my existing business, which is the estate agency. So it's either of the two that help to push forward in the other business that I have, which is developments.
Right, nice.
So if you follow the work of James Sinclair, he says something really amazing, and that the model that he works with, I had the honor to meet and to have him on my podcast.
Right.
He is a mega entrepreneur. He has like 1,000 staff members. Like, mate, I handle 6-7 staff, or it's already so stressful. This guy has 1,000 staff members. So definitely his mindset to get an hour to pick his brain was very valuable to me. So the mindset that he works with, the model that he has, is at first he has business one, company one. This is where he has all his trading businesses. So he's got his, let's say, he manufactures teddy bears from India and sells them in the UK or whatever. He has like 8-9 businesses. So company one is where he has all his 8-9 trading businesses that are pumping him money. Business two is where he is dedicating majority of his time to grow the business for the future, the real wealth. Remember, company one is the bread and butter. That's already running. He already has staff members, he already has managers, all that. So that's already running. The business two is where he is putting in his time to make that future expansion or that future business. Then he has company trading 3, which is real estate. Real estate, if company 1 and 2 is going through a downturn, real estate will always be the backbone supporting it. And company 4 is attention. So he's the social media marketing guy. He gets in his leads, he pumps in whether it's company 1, company 2, or into real estate. So that's James Sinclair and his model on how he works things. So it's quite amazing how he does his things.
That's crazy. I think that what you said is he focused on one business first. Then once he had every full staff maintaining the business, without him the business running, he focused on different cash flow. I think the problem I have seen with them because they are already in the position where they can focus on the businesses, but especially for newbies, they try to focus on everything and they try to do it at the same time where they haven't mastered at one thing. I think that's the difference, where if you go on online, you see videos, people saying you have multiple income cash flow, but you need to build one first and master on that. So
I fully agree with you, because I myself am guilty of that. When I started, I was like, oh, there's money there, let me go there. Oh, there's money there, let me go there. Let me go there, let me go there. And the next thing you know, you're just drowning. But I do know one philosophy, that it will take you 10,000 hours of putting your attention into something for you to become a master at that trade. 10,000 hours, if you're doing, let's say, 15 to 37 hours a week, 40 hours or whatsoever, it's going to take you 5 years. But like mega entrepreneurs, like if you're putting in like 80, 120 hours a week, then it's going to take you 2.5 years. So it's like what you said, become a master at the trade.
Yeah.
Then jump into the next.
Yep.
You already have your business automized, running automatically. Then you focus, like on James Sinclair, onto trading on business too for the future wealth.
Yeah, I agree. So you started in property rent to rent in 2019. How long you been in the UK?
Since 2014.
Since 2014.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what made you come in the UK? Did you see the opportunity, friends, and things?
Studies.
Studies.
Because I come from Tanzania. That's my background.
Yeah.
For opportunities to get a good job, because that's the mindset there is, right?
Yeah.
You work hard, get a job, get a nice house, get a mortgage. There you go. And also because I guess the background that I come from, my family, I guess around the 2014, 2013 period, we were in a very defensive state, a state because my father passed away. And when he passed away, we had a lot of businesses. Like my father started from nothing as well. And by the time he passed away, during his time, we had a business of import-export. We used to export goods to Malawi, Mozambique, fast-moving consumer goods. We had a business of buses, like, you have National Express here. We had buses going from Tanzania to from Dar es Salaam maybe to Tanga and all these other places.
Right, okay.
We had land, agriculture, real estate, all these things. But when he passed away, there was no one to really look after it.
Right.
So we lost 90% of it. So that's a big hit to take. So then what happens is if you don't have further income coming in, you become defensive. And when you become defensive, you're not looking at what else to make. And obviously that's just natural. That's just how it works. So for me, then business was never in mind. And besides, I was still young. So 2014, I was like, okay, UK, my mom was supportive on that, saying you need to go to UK. She supported me in that. I came to the UK for education purposes. But I guess, when you're trying to grow up, entrepreneurship, I don't think anyone can just say, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. You don't just wake up and say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I think you get those, indications or vibes from a very childhood age. Like, because if I look back, maybe when I was like 5, 7 years old, to be out of hobby, I would try to make puzzles in class and be like, hey, you're bored, I'll sell you a puzzle for like 30p or 3p in UK. Just think, those were there. Like at the age of like 11 maybe, I found a place where they used to sell Beats by Dre. They had earphones at a very cheap price. First copy. So I'd buy them for £1, post them on Facebook for, I think I used to sell them for £5. That's 400% profit, but at a very young age. So that just led on. I came here, then a student, then I was like, where do I make money? Where do I make money? How do I make money? But in that time, I was also thinking, I'll get this corporate job, I'll do my master's at the same time, do my PhD at the same time. Maybe that's what's, like, the more I study, the more I'll become rich, because I wanted to be rich, You've lost it all. Like, you've seen your family lose it all. You want to make it back. So I thought that's the way through. But there was one moment that actually kind of hit me so bad, I was sitting there with my colleague in my corporate job, and we were discussing about my manager's manager, who had dedicated about 35 years to this corporate company. And I was talking to this colleague of mine, and I was saying, this guy, all respect him because he's such a good man, but he's dedicated 30 years to this company. How much does he earn? So he's like about 70 grand. I'm like, 30 years?
Whole life.
Whole life and 70 grand. That's all, literally. So the guy goes like, Abbas, I don't think you understand what 70 grand is. It's a lot of money. I'm like,
what about the time?
30 years, 70 grand a year, that's real money. That's a lot of money. If that's what you think is a lot of money, I'm definitely in the wrong industry. Then I started talking to my manager because I was young, 17. I didn't know what business is, how to make money and all this. No, because not like what Andrew Tate says, you're in this matrix, you're stuck in it, you don't know you don't know how to escape it. And I didn't have anyone to guide me at the time, right? So I was sitting with my manager and I was like, because he was guiding me which route to climb up the ladder, and he asked me corporate ladder. So he asked me, what do you want to get into, design or this or whatever, etc. I said, which one's gonna make me the most money? So he's like, if you're chasing money, you're in the wrong industry. So I said, really? So he started explaining, if it's money that's driving you, and that's what your dream is, you need to be into business. Now at that time, it was just a seed that got planted into my head. I didn't know my life's going to change.
You heard about the business, okay.
It was a seed. Then, as my corporate job was going on, a day came, a friend of mine came in, a sleepover, and I was living in a house share. I remember this moment so vividly because it was a life-changing moment for me. I was living in a house share, single bedroom, paying £300 a month. The guy came in, a good friend of mine, still in touch with him. He was sleeping on the bed. I'd say, I'll sleep on the floor. Yeah, small single bed. Yeah, it's a house share. You got your wardrobe and everything in there. That's your storage space, all that. I was telling this guy, man, I wanna make money. I wanna do business. Yeah. But I just don't know what to do. Like, so he's like I can sense you're frustrated. Like I can tell you have that feeling. I said, believe me, I feel like I'm drowning. And I'm in the middle of the ocean, like I'm drowning, and I just want to breathe. Like I want to do something, feel suffocated. Like, you know, when you're underwater, how badly you want to come up just to breathe. That's how I was feeling about wanting to do business. That's how I was feeling. And
so during that time when you were in corporate, how much you were making on that?
18 grand, and then goes up to 28.
And you weren't happy at all?
No, 28 grand, that's not real money. How much? Well, no, at that specific time when I'm talking about, it was 18 grand. But 18 grand, that's what, £1,500 a month. After taxes, how much do you get? 1,100, 1,200?
I think that's similar to that, yeah.
It's nothing. If I was to rent an apartment, the bill itself would be 900, 800 pound there. So how do I pay electricity, council tax, water, Wi-Fi?
Your hobby.
Food, fuel,
Vacation.
nothing. Yeah. So that's why the house share. So this guy tells me something very interesting, yeah? He goes to me, Abbas, have you looked into reading books? So I said, well, what books are you talking about? Yeah. And you might have heard me say that this is when this guy shared this statistic with me, saying an average American reads one book a year. Yes. They buy the book because, oh, wow, it looks so interesting. Look at the cover. But they don't even finish the book. It's just on the shelf. They make minimum wage. Yeah. Then you have an average CEO. He reads one book a week. That's 52 books a year. They make 319 times more than the average American, because the information in these non-fictional books is so vast and so informative that a guy's whole lifetime experience of 30, 40 years has been compressed into 200 pages, and you can read 200 pages in a week. So he said, if you get in the habit of reading books, Abbas, you will change your life. And that was a life moment change. That information changed my life, because I took it seriously. I started reading a book a week. You've come to my office, I've got like 500 books there. So I still take that seriously, because there is so much information out there. It's like a puzzle, you know, these small pieces that go together. Yeah. Like if I'm learning about knowledge and habits, for example, habits is a section. I'll read 5 books around it, so I'm covering this side of the puzzle. But there's an information in this side of the puzzle that I don't even know about. So you read, and suddenly you're trying to get that whole puzzle across. Yeah. So I still try that, but that moment that I remember so vividly was a life-changing moment for me.
Reading books. And I agree, because people, they have the lesson they have learned down the 5 years, 10 years time, they put everything in the book, and that will cost you £10, £15.
Absolutely.
And the £15 of investment is going to be phenomenal. The advice is the lesson you have learning. The person who are already successful, that is crazy. I agree.
If someone is watching this and is saying, oh, but I'm a star, I'm starting up, I don't have money to buy books. Mate, I didn't have money to buy books. I was on budget. I used to go to this website, I remember so clear, I think it was called Pro Drive. They give you free books, you read it online. That's what I used to do first couple of weeks, months, I mean. Go online, put this book, the guy recommended me to start with a book called Slight Edge and Compound Effect. It's all about habits. Yeah. Because his target was about, if you say, okay, I'm going to get into reading, first thing you need to do is get into the habit of reading. And these are the 2 books. So I got them online, so you get them for free.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on person, like how hungry you are to go and find out where the information is, because everything is online, and you can find it in a few minutes.
100%.
But if you are not willing, if you want someone to put everything on the table, it's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen.
It's never ever going to happen. You're waiting for opportunity to knock on your door, and all of a sudden you open the door and opportunity, that's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen.
That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. So you started reading books, and then how you went to property, the rent, everything. Yeah,
so when reading books, Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about real estate, and I fell in love with his information, Robert Kiyosaki. Then a couple of weeks into it, I was in my uni, because I was doing it was a placement year I was doing, So I was in my university. So I had my corporate life going on, but I also had like university courseworks and all that. And suddenly an advert pops up of Robert Kiyosaki coming to London.
Right, okay.
And I take a picture of that and I send it to my friend, the guy who introduced me to books, because he also was kind enough to give me the first book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's like, look, you want to take it seriously? Get into habits, read those books, but here's a gift from me. I still have his book at home.
Nice.
So I appreciated that moment a lot because it changed my life.
What was his name?
Zain.
Zain.
Is
he still in Birmingham?
Yeah, no, he's in Peterborough.
Ah, okay.
So he changed my life there.
Right.
So that Robert Kiyosaki advert popped up. So I took a picture, I sent it to him. I'm like, mate, we need to go. He was like, yeah, let's do it. So I think he was in Leicester at the time or something like that. So we caught the morning bus. I went with the motorbike. I had a bike at the time.
Okay.
So I went my motorbike from Birmingham to there. We met there. They had a lot of sales courses, like a lot of courses that were pitching and all that.
Yeah.
I came across Sandy Jadeja there. And, this guy, the vibe they created there was so inspirational, motivational and all that. So, of course, it's also true that they want to upsell you. But mate, that's the business they're in, right? They're teaching courses. So some people who make good use of it, it changes their life. And a lot of people say, oh, but I'm going to spend $2,000 on a course. What if it doesn't work? You have to take the risk. You might spend $2,000 on 10 courses. That's 20 grand. 8 courses won't work for you, but 1 course will work for you. It'll change your life.
Yes,
so it's a risk you have to take. So I came across Sandy Jadeja. He was talking about stocks and all that. So I got sold onto that idea, and he promised, oh, I'm gonna share with you all the tips of which stocks to invest in through options.
And this was
futures.
back in
2018-19 time.
Okay, yeah.
So around 2018, I would say, because I still hadn't found real estate. I found real estate in 2019. So I got sold onto it. I told my Zain, yo, let's get into it. Even he got sold onto it. So I borrowed some money at the time, and we put, I think, $2,500 or something into it. But unfortunately, of course, it didn't work. I also came through Paul McFadden in that same event. But I didn't buy his course, but I bought his book.
Yeah.
So I was studying about real estate and stocks. And then that didn't work, so I was like, let me look real estate. So I read his book, it was so interesting, but I was doing more research. I didn't want to spend another $2-3 grand.
Yeah.
So from there, I found Jackie Edwards, Rent to Rent. Through Jackie Edwards, I found Samuel Leeds. I went through his crash course.
Yeah.
And, with actions, it just worked out. But also there were a lot of down points because it's not like real estate, I read a book and, oh, wow, next day you have a property. It didn't work like that. I had to choose a field. There was lease option agreements, deal sourcing, rent to rents, but I was after cash flow. So I went with rent to rent. Now, when you want to rent and it's your first time, you don't know anything about property, you're going to be nervous. First of all, if I'm going to call an estate agent, what will I say? So there are a lot of uncomfortable moments you have to go through to get through.
Yeah.
Now, I had made about 80 to 100 phone calls already. I was watching a lot of content at the time.
Yeah.
I came across this guy, his name was Ricky Mandel.
Ricky Mandel.
He works with Samuel.
Okay.
He was there on an interview with Samuel Leeds where he was explaining Samuel how he went through 80 rejections before he had his first deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate, I've already crossed 80 rejections. I'm not getting my first deal. What's going on?
Yeah.
So he recommended a book, said go for no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you keep a threshold, say 1,000. The way the book explains itself is, let's say you do 100 calls. Out of 100 calls, you get 1 sale. 1 sale makes you $100. So each dollar is giving you $1. Because you're making 100 calls. 100 calls give you 1 sale, $100. So $100 divided by 100 calls, that's $1 per call.
Nice.
So every call you're making, you're making something. Yeah. So I started reading that book. I'm like, this guy got 80 calls. Maybe for me, I'm maybe unlucky. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll go for 150 calls. But one thing I also know, the harder you work, the luckier you'll get.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I would already cross 100 rejections and all that. At one point, I was crossing about 500 rejections now. I'm getting infuriated. Like, why is it not working for me? Because it's not like if you do it, it's not going to work. If it's not working for you, you're doing something wrong, which is what we were discussing about social media. It's not like the idea is flawed. It's not. The idea works. It's just that you're doing it wrong, and you need to put in time to learn how it works.
Exactly. What is working and what's not. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was at so many rejections already. Then I came across another interview of a guy who I even told Samuel about. I gave him credits that he had crossed 300 rejections. And he was so disappointed because he saw the same video of Ricky Mandel initially at 80 and he's like, I'm at 300, it's still working for me. And he was giving credit. I'm like, shit, I've already crossed this guy. I'm not getting it yet. So I knew I had to change something there. Then I decided I'll wear a suit and a tie and I'll start knocking on doors. And then I started visiting all the lettings and estate agents in the whole of Birmingham. So you tell me an area, Moseley, Yardley, Selly-Oak, Eddington, King's Heath, Solihull, every estate agent in Birmingham, I have knocked on their door, making my pitch, giving my card and all that. I passed by Celio a couple of times. There was a lovely lady. She just I took a dive.
Yeah.
She liked my vibe, my ambition, and she trusted me with my first rent-to-rent.
And that was, how many bed was that?
6 bedroom.
6 bedroom.
6 bedroom, first one.
Okay.
She used to come check up on me, but by the time she gave me one, I'd already crossed 1,000 rejections through phone calls and visiting doors.
Yeah.
So she gave me the first one because I think it had crossed the student market. They were not having it let. I was at the right time, so that's luck supporting me.
Yep.
Because if I'd gone at the wrong time, she would never have given it to me.
Exactly.
So the harder you work, the luckier you get. So she trusted me with the property. Then she would come visit every other day to make sure this guy is doing the right thing. Not that he's going to break apart or grow cannabis or stuff like that. So she saw how I was trying to stage it up. I painted the property myself with one of the builders. Like I said, look, well, I'll help you. We save money because it was hard times.
Yeah.
Did all that. Had the property finally tenanted, which also took a lot of effort because you don't know how to tenant properties. It's the first time.
Yeah.
I was putting up leaflets everywhere to say, hey, around the property. I was printing leaflets saying beautiful property, refurbished recently, good deals. Luxury, all these words. I would go to shops nearby the property and say, look, I've got a property nearby, walking distance to your shop. If you come there, I'll give you a 10% discount or something. Use this code when you get in touch with me. So I tried my ways. Luckily, it all worked at the end. It always works out if you try. It worked out for me. The same lady gave me 2 further properties, but she saw this guy's doing well. Then the question you asked me earlier, my sources. So this was one source, then my community. Because now I have something to show for. They say, look, I am competent. I know what I'm doing now. That's when one guy came on board. The guy word of mouth, 2, 3, 4, and then it just jumps on. Now I think I cater towards a very large population of my community. Anyone who's in the real estate industry, they do work with me.
Nice. Is there anyone in UK from Tanzania who's doing what you're doing at the moment, or in property?
Oh, of course. And when you want to start, there's a lot of because they don't want you to come up, so they're gonna try and suppress you. When I understand, because they've got that's their bread and butter, and that's what they use to feed their own family.
Yes.
So why would they want someone else to come and take over what they use to as their bread and butter? So I understand where they're coming from. It's just that a lot of people approach this with bad intention. I also do believe if you want to, there is enough. It's a large ocean. There are millions of fishes there. You can share.
Yeah.
You can share that.
Yeah.
So just guide each other. Some people do not approach it with that mindset.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said before, if you collaborate, you can make more money than trying to cut each other's throat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, same situation, bro. Same situation when like I explained, I'm getting into different industry. The people who are friends from that industry were really good with me. We used to chat with each other. We speak on the phone. Now, once I started that business, there's no communication, anything like that.
Wow.
But they know that their business is danger because they are not doing the way I'm doing. Literally, I think it's the same with you as well. The people from Tanzania who is in property, they see you as I wouldn't say competition, but as a danger.
Absolutely.
Because your hunger, your drive you're outworking them.
Absolutely, because if you're coming from nothing, your back is against the wall and you want to come up, you'll fight back and your ambition is so strong.
Yeah.
You're not just going to give up when someone tells you that, it's too hard, it's too difficult. So when you're going in with full force, your ambition is too strong. And of course you're going to take over then. If you don't give up, of course you're going to take over, 100%.
Exactly. So what's the relation you have with this kind of people? Do you communicate, or there's no communication at all?
No, I do, because I don't want to hold grudges. So I do meet with them. What's in the past, it's in the past. You move on, right? I'm sure that once you enter the industry, you will take over a lot of their business, which will impact them. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're a professional. It's business. It's nothing personal, right? You want to make money. You have got your own family to feed. Nothing personal. Yeah. So when I meet the person, super polite, we're friends. Yeah. Friends, no enemies. Nothing personal. It's business, right? And I've seen hyper competitive business areas where people will cut each other's throat in terms of commission. Like I've seen areas, let's say if your commission was 10%, someone just to screw you over, they'll go half price. And because they know now the other guy's going half price, they'll go at quarter price. So from 10%, the guy went to 5%, the guy will go at 1% just to cut your throat. I've seen such hyper competitive markets. Yeah. So again, it's just business. Who is more eager to win that bread and butter? That's all it comes down to. So when you meet in person, nothing personal. It's not personal. You keep friendship, not close circle, because I do also know one thing: as you grow up, your circle becomes super small.
Exactly.
Super small, because there are a lot of haters out there. And when haters will see your success, they'll find flaws. They'll find how to pull you back down because they feel like, how is that guy making it? They don't want you to make it. They feel like they're the average of you, but they don't know what's inside us.
Obviously, they will hate us because the reason is they're stuck in the job, right? After a tired day, when they see your phone, they see you doing a property stuff. And of course, they will hate you because there's nothing interesting going in their life, right? And where they can throw anger, it's on you.
Absolutely. 100%.
I showed you my comments, right, about the apartment and I viewed. People are hate comment, everything. I think it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
They're stuck in the job, probably hate the job. And once they're tired, where to throw that anger? Open the social media, Abbhas.
You know, these are the people that I feel live a victim life. They feel like they're entitled. They feel like the world should work for them. They don't want to take responsibility. And I tell my team members, listen, don't come to tell me you're late to work because there was traffic. It's not the traffic's fault, it's your fault. You should plan for it and know that there will be traffic. It's rush hour. So I need to take accountability and responsibility for it and be there on time. Leave home earlier, half an hour earlier, 1 hour earlier. So the people who are showing all this hate, I feel like they're just living a victim life, feel like they want to get sympathy from people, which, my friend, this is not how the world works.
Exactly, and they want to feel good about themselves. Because they haven't done it, and they see someone doing it where they had the same opportunity, right? They didn't do it, and there's a reason they say all this thing because they want to feel good. He's just a greedy. I'm not greedy, that's why I'm here what I am. I'm comfortable, I'm happy. I think it's very, very similar.
They're just lying to themselves, period.
They just lie to themselves. Crazy. So you started with rent. You got your first deal. Then how did you scale now? Because you're buying apartments, you're buying lands. How did you scale? Because it's totally different business. It's totally different business. What made you get started over there?
Okay, so I'll go back to what I was explaining about James Sinclair. His first model was his bread and butter. That's running. Go to 2. His second one is what is he eyeing towards, which will make him that more money. He's more business first, property later. Because when he makes money from company 1 and 2, he puts it into real estate. Real estate is generational for him. For me now, we started with rent to rents. Rent to rent leads onto a management company, easy. Because in a rent to rent, you need to manage the tenant anyway. You need to make sure they're paying the rent on time. You need to make sure they're happy. You need to make sure the landlord's happy. You need to make sure the property is very well maintained. The gardening is being looked after. All these other aspects of it. The legality, the electric, gas, EPC certificate, all that kind of stuff. So that's already kind of training you into jumping into an estate agency. So once you're getting the rent to rent, but then you can see a little bit of money there because rent to rent will give you £1,000 a month or so. Then you can see a little bit of money there, like one apartment, the landlord, if you help him, like 40 quid a month. But you're already doing this. So I'll say, okay, let's just take this. Oh, there's £10 there. Let's just take that. Oh, there's £5 a month there. Okay, let's take that as well. Why leave money on the table? So you take all these things and suddenly automatically you already find yourself with an estate agency. Now you're catering not only to your rent rents, but now to a whole wider society. Saying this is a service I can provide. So you jump onto that. Then my target was, how do I automate this? Now again, I think I did make a mistake that, when you're reading books, not that every information you see out there is 100% correct. It might be correct, but not necessarily for you. It might be the wrong timing for you. Because I remember I read the book 4-Hour Work Week by, I think his name was Tim Ferriss or something. 4-Hour Work Week. His idea is that you need to make your business in a way that you're only having to work 4 hours a week. As entrepreneurs, as startups, delete that mindset. It won't work. Because 4 hours a week means you're not paying enough attention to it, for a startup. That idea is for a business that's not a baby anymore. If it's a baby, if you have a toddler, 6 months old, you need to pamper it. You need to give it attention every single moment. If it's 2 years old, you can trust a nanny maybe, but you still need to walk it. When it's 5-6 years old, you can trust it with the nanny. A nanny, your manager. You can trust it fully. But as a startup, you cannot do 4 hours a week. But you're learning, you're thinking, oh, books will teach me everything, I'll try to do this. So I did try the 4-hour work week. My business did take a hit. Because that personal service was missing. And if you're never going to get a doer. I hear this guy, I think his name is Patrick David as well. I follow his work. He's a very...
Patrick David,
He's a smart guy. He wrote a book saying, think about your 7 next moves, something like chess. Smart guy. I read his how he talks about... how he runs his businesses and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the book that I read 4 Hour Work Week I took a hit at the time because I thought I can work like this and not give it too much attention.
Yeah.
But it did backfire. Things didn't work out for me. And I was like, okay, I need to give it more attention. So it wasn't just 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week. It was a lot more. The business started working properly. Systems come in place.
Once you have your focus, attention to business.
Exactly. Then I started making SOPs, standard operational policies. You want to work for my company? This is my Bible. You have to follow the Bible. You want to make your own Bible? Please, off you go. This Patrick guy talks about doers. That you will find it very difficult to employ doers, people who take actions. Because why will he work for you if he's an action taker? He can just go do it himself.
Exactly, yeah.
So you'll not find those kind of guys very easily unless you do profit sharing with them and all that kind of stuff. So I built up my business with that Bible to say you have to follow exactly this. If a phone call rings, I need it to be answered within 3 seconds. When you do answer it, this is what you say. If the call is not for you, this is what you do. If the client walks in, this is what you do. If a client walks in and the phone call is ringing at the same time, what do you do? Everything written down to how I want it. This is how you come dressed up in the company. If the tenant's not paying and the landlord, this is the situation, this is what you do. If the tenant's not paying and you're calling him and is being rude to you, this is what you do. A very in-depth SOP policy. Then filling in the shoes. So I need a lettings manager, I need a salesperson, I need a viewings coordinator, I need an accounts person, and I need a maintenance coordinator. I'm not sure I mentioned that. All these people that fit that. And I need a handyman. Because if I'm going to pay call outs for every job, it's going to cost me a lot. So I need a handyman. So I made this as a vehicle that runs on its own. Now I'm free. I need to give it attention to make sure the vehicle does not go astray. I need to give it attention.
Yeah, you have to,
Yeah, because it's not a 25-year-old kid that I can just leave alone. It's still a 5-6-year-old kid. Yeah, I leave it with a nanny, but I still need to pay attention. Everything's going all right there. Okay, what's happening here? What's happening there? But 80% of my time is into investments now, because this is done now. What we were talking about earlier, I did make that mistake starting up. Oh, there's money there, I want this. Oh, there's money there, I want this. There's money here. But you cannot put your attention everywhere, because you need to master one trade first. Put that 10,000 hours in we were talking about. You master it, then you jump on. So I mastered that already. I know how it works. The vehicle is already there. I give it attention. Now my attention is on something else, because this is done now. It's already running. It's passive income. As long as I make sure nothing goes astray. Now it's all developments and refurbishment, because that is the real wealth.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to see how you smartly structured your business from rent to management, because this is not something people do. They do it rent to rent. If they struggle, they jump onto deal sourcing.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work. So rent to rent is not working. What's next strategy? Deal sourcing.
Yeah.
Because deal sourcing, it takes time. You need to have consistency. You need to know the clients, right? You need to find good deals. After a month or two, shit, this is not working. Let's move on to assay, because I saw someone's story on Instagram making really good money from assay. But you stick on with your own business instead of running over here and there. Let's make more cash flow from the same business, which I'm doing at the moment with the sourcing side. Everything under one house.
Yeah.
Very smartly you structured it, very, very smartly. So, and then that's how you move on to the BRR side. Nice.
I fully agree with you. The way you also going about it, absolutely the way to go about it. Because Grant Cardone says one thing: if you have one successful business, you automatically already have 5 other businesses that you can open up streams to.
Yes.
If I already have a successful estate agency, I can now start deal sourcing, because I already have landlords on board.
Yeah.
I already have people who want to buy properties, because I already have a brand, a recognized, trusted, and reliable brand. So I can source properties now. And any other venture, whether I want to joint venture and do refurbishment, that's already a third business. First one, estate agency, now deal sourcing, now refurbishment. You can make up 5 ventures from having one successful business. But if you don't even have one successful business and you're going to try open 5 ventures, it's all going to come collapsing on you.
Exactly, I agree. And maybe you can get a big corporate client as well in your letting company, because they know you have letting company. From there, it's just how you do it. Is from one business you find other sources of income, not from different business at once. Exactly. Like I was scrolling through government contracts now, because government also have their contracts. They tender out for people to, provide their services to them. One of the council has a portfolio of 500 properties, and they need a management company to tender for it. 500 properties.
You can find 500 landlords, each with one property, or you can find one landlord with 500 properties.
That's crazy portfolio, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So what's happening with that?
So of course we're going to tender for it.
Nice.
Because if it works, that's a way entering to do business with the government or the council. And then of course doors
with the right person in the council. If you need any developments, anything like that, you have the connection already.
Absolutely. And you're in this business. Anyone who's trying to open a successful business, if they're entering if they're there just to penny pinch and make money, they're going to fall. Now or later, they will fall. Maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years, but they will fall. The whole idea is, how are you making that person's life easy? What value are you providing? Because I work with this one idea in my mind. I talk to my builders about it. I talk to my clients, my staff, everyone. If I'm doing business with you, I want you to make money. Because if we're doing this together and I'm making money, you're not making money, it's indirectly me screwing you over. And it's not sustainable. Likewise, if you're winning, I'm losing, that's not business. That's you screwing me over. And I'm not going to work with you like that. I need me to win and I need you to win. And that's where this business will flourish. So that value that you're creating, giving to your landlord, in return you're charging this. That value is created, they're actually appreciating it. And they're actually benefiting from it. That is where the real success is, not just screwing someone over. Because if, for example, you're working with a builder, people say, oh, I need to squeeze the builder as hard as I can so I can make profit on my end value. But mate, if the builder is not going to make his 20 or 25% profit, why would he want to put his heart into making the property as beautifully as you want it? He's not. Nothing works for free. You cannot penny pinch every single thing. So it has to work for both, and I work with that mindset. That is one of my values. If I work with them, I want them to win, but I'm very strong on the table as well, making sure they're not screwing me over. Maybe they don't have that value. So I want them to make money, but I'm also protective. I need to make money as well.
I mean, that's how the business is supposed to be done. If you focus on short term, where I'm going to screw the other person, I'm going to make money, it's going to be short term. Like you said, after a year or 2 years, you're going to fall down.
Absolutely.
No one wants to do business with you because you have already screwed people. I agree.
100%.
What you said is for the long term, where you can have a consistency and the people coming in again and again. I believe that.
Because some people work with the mindset saying, okay, let me screw this guy over, I'll find another client. And then another client, another. One day the tree is not going to have any more fruits for you. You want to replant that same seed, same tree to give you more fruits.
That's a crazy mindset.
Repeating customers.
That's a crazy mindset about the way you think about the customer, your investor. That's a crazy mindset. That's really good.
Because I try to put myself in some of the landlord's shoes. I was telling you before, we have one guy, he's about 85 years old. He's trusted us, not us, forget my company. He came to my company because of me. He doesn't care about what the company's name is, 10x Rising, 10x, he doesn't give a shit. He knows me. Oh, Abbhas is a reliable guy. I'll trust him with my property. He's 85 years old. He had his life savings. He bought a property. Cash, because he can't get a mortgage at that age. Bought cash. He trusted me to find him a reliable tenant. That payment that comes in from the tenant is what he uses to sustain himself a living, buys himself bread and butter and all that stuff. Now imagine if I put him a bad tenant and the tenant doesn't pay. How is this guy going to survive? So even when I'm not in the picture, I tell my staff members that if a tenant's not paying the rent, do not leave it saying, oh, I already sent them an email or I already sent them a text message. Don't let anyone take advantage. Call them. Maybe they are in a difficult situation. Work out a payment plan. Help them if they're genuine. But if they're not genuine and they're just trying to take advantage of the law, you can't just sit there saying that I tried my best. No, there is someone out there dying. He's stressed. Because people say money won't make you happy, but surely being broke is very stressful. So if that guy doesn't have money or doesn't have food on the table just because we are being stupid and reckless not to find the right tenant or not to do our obligations to get the rent from the tenant so that he can have food on the table, mate, that's just unfair and that's karma. It's going to bite back.
Exactly. I agree. I mean, the trust the person had on you, it's gone now.
It's not about the company. He doesn't give a shit about the company. He signed our terms and conditions contract because of the faith he has in me. That's all. So that reliability, even if your company is going under liquidation, that guy, in all reality, should not be affected because he didn't trust the company because of the company. He trusted you. Now, how you honor your word, that's what really makes a man a man.
100%. Crazy. 100%. Absolutely. And I agree with you. And from there, so now you have a team of 6.
Yeah.
who does all the lettings.
Yeah.
It's only Birmingham, or you're expanding?
Well,
Liverpool, you said Liverpool.
now Liverpool, because we have properties there.
Yeah.
But I guess the vision is to branch out to all the large cities across UK.
Yep.
So whether that's Manchester, Leeds, Nottingham's quite huge as well. I think it has about 500,000 people in population. London's vast. It's
We have
huge.
18 properties in Nottingham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good market.
Yeah.
So we're thinking all these different areas, large cities only,
Yeah.
not small places with 100,000 or 80,000 population.
Yeah.
Branch it out there, because the whole operation, the vehicle is already there. It's bulletproof.
Yeah.
It can weather any storm now, anything. We've been through everything.
Yeah.
COVID, tenants not paying, it's gone to court because of COVID. Whatever you say, it's branched it's gone through every storm. So now the idea is the whole system's there. It's just about branching it out now. But we want to do one city at a time. So hopefully from now until next year, this time, it will be maybe Liverpool and maybe one more city, and take it slow by slow.
Make it 4.
Sorry?
Let's make it 4.
Yeah, ideally. Let's see.
Let's make it 4.
Exactly.
At the moment, in the back of my mind, I'm pressuring myself as well.
Yeah.
Let's make it 4.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah,
Right. At the moment, we have in Nottingham, Coventry. By the time we do another podcast, we'll be in different level.
definitely.
We have to. There's no choice, bro. Either we are progressing or we're regressing.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah. Let's challenge ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I believe now, whatever we have, 100% sure you're comfortable.
Yeah.
But that's not something we want to stay.
Yeah.
We have to keep on going out,
Yeah.
risks, and take new opportunity, new problems. Because it's
Yeah.
a good problem to
Yeah.
have. I agree.
It's true. You're right. We need to push.
Yeah.
The moment you become comfortable, that's when things get slow. And people, I think, tend to overestimate what they can do in a short period of time,
Yeah.
and underestimate what they can do in a long period of time. So if someone's out there trying to make plans,
Yeah.
what I try to do is make short-term plans, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, and 60 months. Because if I'm going to underestimate what I can do in 60 months, that's just not true, because the compound effect and
Yeah.
and just how it works. If you take a penny and double it every day, 1 penny by the end, or even take $1, for example, double it every day, $1 turns to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 60. By the end of the month, you'll probably have $1 million.
Exactly. It's keep on doubling.
And you'll only see that effect after 20 days and further.
Yeah. So you have to be patient, right? Have a long vision.
Yeah.
And see I agree. So at the moment you're buying apartments,
Blocks of flats.
blocks of fact. Tell me about the recent deal.
So what do you want to know? The numbers or how the deal worked out?
Everything.
Okay, so I was approached by this broker saying there is this beautiful block of flats, 9 flats, standalone building, fully detached, parking and all that. They wanted £475,000.
And where is this?
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Okay, so I was like, okay, the numbers look pretty decent. Let's do it. I'll come view it. I wouldn't, because I don't know the surrounding. I need to make sure the surrounding is okay. I will find the right people who will look after the property, who will move in and pay on time and appreciate the property. Yeah, because if they're not appreciating, they're making because Liverpool has good sides and bad sides. I wanted to make sure this isn't the good side and people want to live around that area. So I said, I'll just come in for a viewing. I need to study the area. If I like it, we'll do a structural survey. If I'm happy with that, we put in a cash offer. Yeah, we'll meet the asking price. She said, all right, cool. The day I go for the viewing, unfortunately, there was 5 to 7 other groups there. It was an open viewing.
Right.
But it was an off-market property. So I was already very disappointed on the broker, saying that, look, if I'm going to pay you 2% sourcing fees, at least give me the exclusivity of a day or 2 days. Let me see it. If I do not make my mind within 48 hours, then show it to the others. Otherwise, it's just a waste of my time to drive from Birmingham all the way to Liverpool, look around and go back.
And there are already 4 or 5 people there.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So I was already disappointed, but I was like, I need to act fast. So I looked at the property. It was derelict building, empty for donkey years, back to brick. It was just messed up. There's a lot of work to be done, obviously. But I did like the property. It was detached. There was plenty of space for parking. The apartments were nice. It was spacious apartments. I could see potential there.
Yeah.
So now the only job left for me to do, because I'm already in love with the property, I just need to make sure the location is right. Because location,
Yeah.
most important thing. So the first thing I started to do is knock on the neighbors' doors. I spoke to perhaps 5 to 8 neighbors around in the whole street to find out who they are. and what they do for a living. So I can't just approach them and say, hey, who are you? What do you do? You know?
Fuck off.
Yeah, they'll say that, exactly. So you have to go knock on the door, be polite, and say, hello, Mr. X, I've just come to see this property around the area. I can see a lot of potential here, but I'm just really not sure what the neighborhood is like because I'm not from around here. Would you mind shedding some light? What this neighborhood is like? Is it safe? What kind of people live around here? So he's not going to tell me I do this, but he's going to say these are the kind of people that live around here. So I ask him, are there more homeowners around here or are there more tenants around? Is this a rental market or a homeowner market? So this guy, for example, he tell me I own this home. And this kind of stuff. He said, then I'd ask you, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living? So he'd tell me what he does for a living. So I got some information from the first guy, then I'd knock on the second, then the third, then the fifth. That's my on-the-ground work because I don't know the location. So I studied the area maybe until 7 p.m. The whole day went by. I was just speaking to neighbors. Then I'd go to the shops up front. There's a car showroom literally about 30-second walk from the property. So I went in, then I'd ask the guy, look, you have so many nice expensive cars around here. Have you ever experienced robbery? Theft? Are there gang fights around here? Because I'm new to Liverpool. I want to make sure the location we pick is not a short-term thing. I don't want this venture to pull me down because if the first one's successful, I'm going to do it again and again and again. But if the first one pulls me down, I'll be disappointed because I'm working with other people who are putting their faith in me. And if I'm going to let them down, it's money is not plucked from the trees, like we've heard. So I cannot let him down. So I did my whole research analysis. Now I'm happy with the location from my ground research. I want to make sure the internet says the same thing and my data matches. So I'd go to platforms like streetcheck.co.uk. I'd search there and I'd look at the rentals, what I thought I could achieve. Is that true? I'd do all that research. Now I'm happy with this, which is the fact here. Same night, I contact the person saying, okay, we'll put in a cash offer, asking price, we'll meet it.
Nice.
The guy comes back to me next morning saying, unfortunately, there's already an offer, 20 grand above yours.
Shit.
I'm like, come on, mate. You wasted my time. I've driven around, I've spent the whole day. I've come back to you within 12 hours. Same night, I came back to you. You can't do that. They're like, I'm so sorry. I was like, screw you. Luckily, the day I went for the open house viewing, the vendor was there. And just out of conversation, because I know I'm not going to Liverpool just for one deal. So I took the guy's number.
Right, okay.
So I texted him saying, listen, mate, I know you've agreed to sell the property to someone else, but I just want to meet you. I just want to meet with you. He said, all right, cool, come to this. The guy has a lot of properties. We met at his shop. We had good lunch and we were talking. And I said, look, honestly, I understand someone's offered you 20 grand. But I'll do a cash transfer, cash purchase. Will complete within 14 days. 10 days, but maximum 14 days, and I'll complete. It's cash. So the guy's like, I don't know if it's worth 20 grand to me, because that guy is also cash. Maybe he might do bridging, I'm not sure. But the guy will complete. I know him, and he's willing to put down a deposit right away. So I'm not sure if that 20 grand is worth anything to me. So I said, I don't know if you don't see the value in building a relation, because I'm not going to just buy one property from you. I can't be driving from Birmingham to Liverpool just for one property. It just doesn't make sense. I'm already so busy in Birmingham. This is what I do. This is who I am. Look at this. I really love your property. I really like it. I can take you to legals now. If you want a deposit, I'll put a deposit right away as well. And I'll complete within 14 days. If the structural survey or whatever doesn't come through, the deposit's yours. So that 20 grand is not you losing somewhere. You're going to make it because I'm going to buy other properties from you. Because I think that's what he does. He flips property. So it's like, all right, cool, let's do it. So we shook on it. All right, cool. Then we took it to legals and we bought the property. Of course, we did a structural survey. Everything was fine. And we bought the property. So this is how we acquired it. So people say, good deals are hard to find. They truly are. They truly are. And if it's really a good deal, you're not going to be the only person there. And you don't want to be the only person there in reality. Because if you are the only person, it's probably not a good deal.
Yes, I was about to say that,
Exactly. So it is good to have competition, but you have to find a way to beat them. So maybe speed. I asked the guy, what's the most important to you other than cash? Because maybe he'll tell me speed is the most important to me and not cash. Maybe the price is not important. Or maybe it's important for me to do a title split or this or something. So find out. I ask the question to them every single time. What other than price is the most important to you in this sale? Just to know what's the factor. Why are they selling it? So we got the property, then found the builders. We tendered it out, etc., etc. We did the refurb. It did backfire on me because I did my research on 3 builders or so. One guy had done some good jobs before, and he had a good track record. good history, all that kind of stuff, good reputation in the market. We trusted him with the property. He really backfired on me. Because
and how much was the project cost for the renovation?
All in, we were looking at spending about 650.
Okay.
Yeah, but the guy really backfired on me because he started slowing down. And I know one thing in trade is the moment the builder starts slowing down, he's going behind schedule, he is going to lose money and you're going to lose money. So it's so important to keep pushing the builders to make sure they are on target.
Yeah.
So this guy slowed down because some guys screwed him over, so automatically he screwed me over. And things did backfire. I was at a state that I was living in Liverpool. I was managing laborers at one point just to get the job over the line.
Yeah.
Like I would have laborers clock in at 8 o'clock and at 4 p.m. they're clocking out saying, Abbhas, I want my payment. If no payment, I'm not coming tomorrow. I need my payment. I'm not leaving the property.
Yeah.
So I have to babysit them. If I clock them in at 8 o'clock and I go for lunch, I come back, they're chilling. Laborers, that's what you're doing. So I guess it was a good learning curve for me because it was the first time a job went wrong for me, and it went so wrong. Anything that could have possibly gone wrong went wrong in that job. But I guess it was a big learning curve for me because it was the first time I managed maybe 6-8 laborers on site at the same time, making sure I'm walking up and down every few minutes. I'm going here buying the material because I'm the one buying material. So I was basically maybe you could say a handyman on that role for a couple
personal
of
assistant.
No, personal assistant.
Job,
yeah, I was that kind of guy. So it was really a nightmare, but a big learning curve because I would be there because it's a drive for me from Birmingham. So I'd be there, let's say 7 in the morning, prepare everything, make sure. Some guys, if they start at 8, would finish at 3. Some guys would start late, 12. Some guys, I'd push them to do double shift. So by the time I reach home, it's already 11 or 12 midnight. To come back again. Sometimes stay the night in Liverpool, but then you can't always stay because I'm my first company I need to also look after. So it was a very big nightmare, but I'm so glad that actually did happen because I'm more prepared for it now, for it not to happen next time. Because rather than me being so comfortable saying I've done 10 jobs now, and then on the 11th one, this is what happened, and saying shit, I wasn't prepared. Now I'm prepared for the worst because it already happened to me. But thanks God, everything finished now, it's all done, tenanted, happy days. The
property is making rental.
93,600 a year.
That's nice.
It's a good return. It's definitely a good return. We found a blue chip company. They're partners with Liverpool City Council. They house autism initiatives. So we give them the whole building, 9 flats. We made it to the spec, put wet rooms in there and all the facilities they wanted, like intercom, CCTV cameras around, an office space, a staff manages, ensuite space and all that. So we made all that for them. So hopefully they will appreciate the property and enjoy it over time.
Yeah, because it's brand new.
It is.
And you have done according to the standard, how they want it.
Exactly.
It's there.
Exactly. So now it's just time for us to have the rental income and wait for the property price to appreciate. And that's what I love about property, I guess.
That's it. I was waiting game to see the compound effect of the property.
Yes.
Nice. I mean, well, wow, that was a really great podcast. Even myself, I learned really good things from you. Though, I mean, the strategy, SOP, everything, that's really good. I've learned that, and I'm definitely applying in my company right straight away after this podcast.
Absolutely.
Man, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope my viewers have learned so many things from your podcast, how you structured everything instead of jumping up and down to making work from the same business, different cash flow.
I appreciate it, Nick. And if you guys enjoy the content, please do make sure to follow me. I'll put, hopefully Nick will put my details.
I'll put all the social media links in the description, and you can follow Abbhas and look at his journey.
Perfect. Thank you
very much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's great. Wow. That's insane.
Perfect.
That is insane.
It's a good podcast. How long do you think we clock?
Let me see.